Aloha Bible and Pop Culture family. I am so honored to be able to share with you today. My name is Mikaele. I come from the beautiful islands of Hawaii. I was born and raised right here in Kailua Kona. I am a singer, I'm a performer, I'm a dancer, but my main passion is singing. I find so much joy in it and just discovered so much more about who God is through my singing. So I'm just gonna share a bit about my story, about a dream of mine that I had from a young girl and how God brought it to reality. So as a young girl, I remember vividly a time in my life where I was into a boy band so much. I was watching their live concert on TV, and then I was just overwhelmed with this emotion of wanting to be doing what they're doing. I wanted to be performing, I wanted to be singing, I wanted to have people screaming my name, and I was not overwhelmed with excitement. I was actually overwhelmed with sadness and frustration because I could never see how this could come to pass. My young mind couldn't comprehend it, and I broke down and cried. I just remember being so frustrated. And I think back to that time because I believe that that is the first time that I really understood what my dream to be a singer was. And that was the first time I think I realized how passionate I was about it. And so I didn't really take my singing very seriously. I did dance a lot. I danced from the age of 5 until now. And so dancing was always part of my life, but it wasn't until I was about 14 years old that I took my singing seriously. I was getting training. I was really involved in school, ensemble and choir, and I really wanted to further my education in the performing arts. And so I looked at schools to go to. I finally got accepted to a performing arts school in New York, and that was my plan. After high school, I was going to go to New York. Well, God had different plans for me that summer after I graduated, and I ended up doing a discipleship training school in Amsterdam. A discipleship training school is a missionary school with Youth with a Mission. I went there and God rocked my world. I was transformed. My idea of what I thought my life should look like was totally uprooted and changed, and I fell so deep in love with him that I was willing to do whatever he asked of me to do because I experienced such transformation by him, and I witnessed so many miracles by him throughout that DTS. And so it was on that DTS that God asked me to lay down my dream of being a famous singer or being a performer. And I had no doubt, didn't give it a second thought. I said yes. So after I laid down that dream, God took me further than I thought I would have ever gone. And that's the thing I love about God, is our minds can only comprehend a little bit of what he has in store for us. But if we just lay down what we think should happen and pick up what he has planned, it's so much bigger and greater than we could have ever thought. And so I traveled to South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, across the US, Canada, and I was able to sing and dance and use my passions to glorify him and bring people to know him. Essentially, I didn't lay down my dream when I was doing my DTS. I was laying down my plans that I had for that dream and picking up the plans that he had for it. The dream never died, but God was just preparing me for the dream to be released. And so it took about 10 years from when I laid it down to seeing the dream release. And that's a long time, but it was also the most perfect time because everything that God taught me throughout those 10 years prepared me for the year that I recorded my album, Victoria EP, which has 5 songs that I wrote and got to record with Dream Records in Honolulu at New Hope, Oahu. And so this was truly a dream come true. It was definitely something that was on my heart since I was a little girl, is to record my own music. And so to be able to do that was such an amazing experience. From the writing, which is hard for me, songwriting is not my strength, but I did it to the putting the songs together, structuring it with Scotty Mierig, the producer of my album, and then to going into the studio and recording the vocals and just really getting the parts that I wanted and how I wanted it to sound, and just working with amazing people on this album. And I was just so in awe of the whole process, because it was something that was being built up for 10 years. And so to see that part of my dream released, it was so encouraging to me that God's time is so perfect. Through this EP, I have been able to go to different churches here in Hawaii and just bless them and encourage them. And one of the most rewarding things, I think, through this whole process is hearing people's stories after they listen to my music. And just in the last few weeks, I've been so blessed to hear from people who were encouraged by my music and who said that it helped them get through a really hard time, and that alone, like if it was only 2 people that were encouraged by my songs, I feel so fulfilled, because I know the reason why I create, the reason why I sing and I do music is so that people can be encouraged, is so that God can speak through me into somebody's life to uplift them or get them through something. And so even if only 2 people or 1 person experience that, I feel so fulfilled. So that EP has been out for 2 years now. And since then, like I said, I've just been so encouraged by the stories I hear that my music has touched people's lives. But I also feel that there is more to come, that there's more music and more albums to come. This year has been crazy. COVID has just totally messed with plans and everything. But I saw God just be so faithful to me this year, even in my music, giving me the opportunity to record long distance, which I never thought was possible. I recorded a track with a church in Texas, and it was such a cool experience because I had set up my equipment on my computer here, and then we used this program, and they were in Texas, and we recorded like I was in a studio with them. It's really cool how music can connect even through the internet, and how nothing can stop us when we are creatives, you know? We're so creative that we'll find another way to be creative. And so I've been really blessed to be able to continue to do music even in this crazy year. And I just want to encourage you all with this verse, Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. And I can testify that he will do just that. Right now, I'm going to share with you guys a song that is off of my EP. It is called Closer. It is the first time I'm performing it acoustically with my husband. And so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you're blessed. Sure of your plans, I trust in your love. I know I can count on your promises. And there you stand with my hopes and dreams in your hands. You tell me now I'm not forgotten, I'm bringing them back. You bring me closer to my dreams, closer to the things that make me who I need to be. Where you lead me, Lord, I follow. After all this time, I finally see that you bring me closer to you. You bring me closer. I'm running back to you. The sun shines brighter, and doubt is a thing of the past. So why is it taking me so long to believe what I knew all this time? Now I see I'm closer to my dreams, closer to the things that make me who I need to be. Where you lead me, Lord, I follow. After all this time, I finally see that you bring me closer to you. You bring me closer. You bring me closer to you. You bring me closer. And I'm running back to you. I'm running back to you. You bring me closer. You bring me closer to you. You bring me closer. Yeah, yeah. I'm running back to you. I'm running back to you. I'll always want to be closer. I know you're bringing me closer to you. I'll always want to be closer. I know you're bringing me closer to you. Bringing me closer to you. Oh, you're bringing me closer to you. I hope that you guys are encouraged today to dream big. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I hope that you all have a blessed year. Follow me at Kaoapua-Mikalele Music on Instagram and keep up with my crazy life story. Aloha!